let's be real. We've literally all been there. You're hanging out, you snap the absolute perfect group photo on your iPhone, and your Android buddy goes, "Hey, send it to me." You tap to share it, and nothing. Crickets. You just can't airdrop it. That classic green bubble, blue bubble divide rears its ugly head yet again, turning what should be a quick, joyful photo swap into a total tech headache. So why exactly won't your iPhone just airdrop to an Android device?
Well, welcome to this explainer, because today we are bridging that gap once and for all. We're going to break down the absolute best step-by-step solutions to easily get your photos from an iPhone over to an Android. Honestly, no more pixelated text message photos or just giving up in pure frustration. We're going to solve this incredibly common hurdle right here, right now, using clear methods pulled straight from our source material. Let's get you empowered.
All right, so here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the Bluetooth barrier. Second, fast Wi-Fi transfer apps. Third, granting app permissions. Fourth, direct cloud and messaging. And finally, number 5, sharing via an iCloud link. Let's jump into section 1, the Bluetooth barrier. You know, a beginner's initial instinct is usually just to try and send files over standard Bluetooth. And hey, it makes perfect sense, right? Bluetooth is practically universal on modern tech. But here's the core reason why that totally logical instinct hits an immediate brick wall. AirDrop is a proprietary file transfer protocol. It's specific entirely to Apple products. Because of this beautifully integrated but completely closed ecosystem, direct cross-platform Bluetooth transfers from an iPhone to an Android, yeah, they are literally impossible. So let's just clear the air right now. You cannot use standard Bluetooth for this. But don't worry, the alternatives are actually much faster anyway.
The real trick here is choosing the right method based on your physical environment. Our solutions essentially split down 2 main paths. Path 1, Wi-Fi transfer apps. These are your absolute go-to if you're in the exact same room as the recipient, chilling on the same wireless network, and you want incredibly fast transfers. Path 2, direct cloud and messaging. These are best for remote sharing, like when you're miles apart or just don't have a reliable shared Wi-Fi network handy. Let's start with that first local scenario.
Section 2. Fast Wi-Fi transfer apps. Okay, so if you're sitting right next to your friend on the couch, or maybe across the table at a coffee shop on the same local network, this is what you want to do. Let's look at a highly recommended app from our source data called Send Anywhere. First up, verify both devices are connected to the exact same Wi-Fi. Next, on the iPhone, select your photos and hit Send. Then, the magic happens. The app generates a 6-digit PIN and a custom QR code. The Android user just enters that PIN or scans the QR code right within their app and boom, the transfer begins. It honestly makes the whole process feel just as easy and seamless as using AirDrop.
Now, let's talk about another fantastic alternative, Photo Sync. The core steps here are super similar. You connect to the same Wi-Fi, select your photos on the iPhone, tap that send icon, and specifically select phone/tablet. After that, the Android user just taps receive. But okay, there is a tiny catch here that you absolutely need to know about. According to the source material, the free version of PhotoSync only allows for low-quality photo transfers. So if you want to keep those images in their original, crisp, high-quality resolution, you're going to have to upgrade to their Pro subscription.
Moving on to Section 3, granting app permissions.
So sometimes you download these amazing apps and they just refuse to detect the other device, or the photos magically disappear and won't save. Consider this a major insider pro tip. If your transfer is failing, it almost always comes down to permissions. On the iPhone, you absolutely must allow the app access to all photos the very first time you open it. Otherwise, the app literally has nothing to send. And if you're using the Android to scan that neat QR code we talked about earlier, you have to ensure you granted camera access. Finally, and this is a massive hurdle for Android recipients, you gotta grant the app write permission for a specific download folder, usually the Pictures folder. That way, the operating system actually gives the app a place to save the files. Getting those specific permissions right is exactly how you break through those frustrating roadblocks.
All right, Section 4, direct cloud and messaging. But what do you do when you're miles apart? Or what if a sketchy public hotel Wi-Fi just won't let your devices see each other? The absolute easiest fallback is simply using your native text, email, or a service like WhatsApp. I think we sometimes forget how powerful the apps already built into our phones actually are. You just open your Photos app on the iPhone, select the pictures you want, tap that familiar little square share icon with the arrow pointing up, and pick your messaging app of choice. It's fantastic, it's dead simple, and it works flawlessly over the internet when local Wi-Fi detection lets you down.
But hey, here is a really important warning straight from our source material. If you're not connected to Wi-Fi at all, sending photos might count against your data plan. High-quality modern smartphone photos are heavy files. They're huge. If you're blasting out a massive batch of them through email or a messaging app while you're out and about on cellular data, you could chew right through your monthly data allowance. Always try to be connected to Wi-Fi when sending large batches this way to avoid any unexpected and totally frustrating charges on your phone bill.
And finally, Section 5, sharing via iCloud link. Honestly, this might be the absolute most elegant solution of all for sending huge albums remotely to someone outside the Apple ecosystem. Let's walk through setting this up on your iPhone step by step. Step 1. Jump into your Settings app, tap your Apple account right at the top, go to iCloud, then Photos, and make sure that Shared Albums toggle is switched on. Once that foundation is set, head over to your actual Photos app. Go down to the Albums tab, tap the plus sign at the top, and select New Shared Album. Give it a fun, memorable name. Now here's the crucial part. Hit Create, but deliberately skip inviting people. Normal Apple invitations require the recipient to have an active iCloud account, which obviously our Android friend does not have.
So how do we actually get them to see the photos? Simple. First, just add all the beautiful photos you want to share right into that new album. Then, tap the People tab at the top of the screen. Here's the magic switch. Toggle Public Website to On. Finally, just tap Share Link. You can text or email that newly generated link straight to the Android user. When they tap it, it opens up a beautiful, high-quality gallery right in their standard mobile web browser. They don't need to download a single app. They don't need an iCloud account. They literally just need an internet connection. It is incredibly smooth and super professional.
Okay, let's wrap this whole thing up. With the ecosystem divide finally bridged, who are you going to share your favorite memories with next? Today, we've taken what used to be a really frustrating dead end and opened up multiple high-speed superhighways. Whether you're using fast Wi-Fi apps like Send Anywhere for those instant local transfers, relying on trusty internet messaging, or generating those beautiful public iCloud links for massive albums, you are now completely empowered. You've got the exact structured steps to easily jump the wall between these two mobile operating systems. So get out there, take some amazing photos, and share them effortlessly. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.